Hi guys.
Hi guys. Can we start?
No, we're doing it.
No,
we're doing it.
I fucked it up for the first time.
It's even funnier.
Right, guys, welcome back to Crossing Swords. I'm Andrew.
And I'm the one asking the questions, son.
Yeah,
understand that.
And I was about to say something I'd get told off for, but I'm not
going. You were going to say you had the idea. No, it's fine. I know you want to talk about it. Say it. You have the idea. Look, we're going to do, before we've done questions, we've done like hypotheticals and silly, but this one, the questions aren't necessarily personal, but the answers will be. Fair, you think?
Yeah. I basically listen to a lot of interviewing podcasts, and I want us to interview each other, and I would really like to get people on, but quite honestly we're not famous enough to, or popular enough to get decent people on, so you're stuck with us.
Basically, I think that pretty much sums it up. Bigalicious, that's his strip name.
B-Dog.
B-Dog.
No one's ever called him B-Dog.
The Rossitron.
B-Town. B-Train.
The B-Train. No,
B-Money.
The thing is, because it starts with B, it just makes you sound like you're automatically putting yourself as the sidekick. Like you're automatically runner-up. You're like, I'm the B-Train. I come second, baby.
I'm B-Money.
Always runner-up. What?
Hey, there's nothing wrong with
Silver medal team. You're in the hot seat first.
Yes.
So I'm going to start.
Mainly because I came unprepared despite the fact it was my idea. But anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it could be that. But you are going to go first.
Yes.
Mostly because, your idea, you went, why would you prepare for you had the idea. That's where I come in.
Yeah.
You have the idea and then I worked my arse off to make it work. Yeah.
He says work his arse off. He probably wrote down his questions whilst I was on my way here.
First of all, how dare you? Second of all, that's completely unfounded. Third of all, stop spying on me. Let's jump in. Okay, so perhaps I've not ordered these, perhaps I should have, to try and maybe get them in a way that makes them a little bit more, builds you up to it.
Yeah.
What's one thing that you either regret having done or that you regret not having done?
Ooh. Can it be anything, or like the biggest one of either? I
mean, you could nominate a couple of honourable mentions, I guess. If you're torn, you can put a couple up.
So my biggest thing I regret doing,
or not doing. Maybe it was an opportunity you didn't take. I mean, I'm okay with it. Yeah.
No, it'd be mean to name a person, although we both know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I think we do.
My biggest regret. If I'm really honest,
I'd like you to be.
Despite the fact I've hurt people in my younger years and I didn't behave particularly well at times, I feel like if you say you regret something, you sort of mean to say that you wouldn't do it again if given the chance.
Okay, yeah, but not necessarily on this occasion.
That's just sort of the way because despite all my fuck-ups and the mistakes I've made,
you're relatively pleased with who you are now.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be the person I am now. There was regret along the way, without a doubt. Some of the things I've done.
Some of the people you've done.
Yeah, I mean, I had an obsession with someone for years. Obsession's maybe strong, but I had an attraction to someone for years.
An infatuation.
An infatuation that I knew every time was just a stupid idea, and I kept allowing myself to be attracted to them. And I think what it was, they were a very outgoing person. They had traits of themselves that I wish I had in me in terms of the confidence. And actually, looking back, I think a lot of their confidence was fake, and it was artificial, and probably still is.
Perhaps. So are you saying that your regret is not figuring that out sooner, not cutting that tie sooner? Sorry to cut you off.
No, absolutely. So I'd say my biggest regret was and that person and that relationship brought out a very nasty side of myself, and I hurt someone I care a hell of a lot about. So if I was to say I regret something, it would be that.
Well, I think that's fair enough.
Mm.
Okay, let's perhaps lighten it up a touch. What's a common experience for people that you yourself have never experienced? It could be anything. It could be a food. It could be a film. It could be something.
I've never seen Reservoir Dogs.
What?
I know.
Okay.
We just been on a stag do, and one of our friends that was on it is a massive film buff. He loves films, and himself and Jake were talking about how amazing Reservoir Dogs is, and I just sat there nodding.
It's such a good film.
And it's just one of those films that's on a list of films that I
get that. I mean, I have that list.
Nowadays I just don't have as much time to sit and plan through that list as I used to. So yeah, I would. I don't know whether that counts as an answer to that question.
Quite frankly, we should stop the podcast right now and just put Reservoir Dogs on. It's a crying shame that you've never seen it. I feel almost personally
obligated to force me to watch it.
Yeah, a little bit. Anything else perhaps?
I think, actually, to answer the question more accurately, I've never been one to experience trends with people. So I've never been someone that keeps up with the current times in terms of music, films. I sort of discover things as I discover them, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So like when something's the craze, like for example, Great British Bake Off, use that as an example. I do too. At the time when it first came out, I sat there and went, "What a load of bollocks!" Do you know what I mean? Or it could be something else, and I just never even heard it.
Yeah, I mean, I was a few seasons
never heard of it.
And can we just say it before we go on? How amazing, and it is my own personal favourite segment of anything on telly, the technical. How you can have 12 people with the same ingredients, the same instructions, the same equipment, and come up with 12 completely different dishes, and you're like, you've not made the same thing at all.
No, you've all made completely different things.
And also, just when it says something like, step 1, bake cake, you're like, oh, fucking thanks for that.
Yeah.
Cheers for that.
Yeah. It very much reminds me of the moment where I opened up a box with the bits to make a chest of drawers, and literally step 1 was get all the bits out of the box. Step 2 was
assembly.
Alright, I'm going to put this all back in the box and pay someone to do this.
Let's see, at risk of not burning through these. One person you wish you could get back in contact with. And there might not be an answer to some of these, by the way. They might be life's great questions. They probably are great questions. I asked them. But they may not have answers. Tough, isn't it?
It is. Some names have sprung to mind, but then I've instantly thought I actually wouldn't want to be in contact with them again.
Interesting. In what way? In what reason? Walk us through that.
One of them is
the person
I mentioned before, and the reason I wouldn't want to be in touch with them again is one, because of what they've brought out of me in the past, but also because I've just completely outgrown what that person represents to me.
That person was there for a stage in your life that you're no longer at.
Yeah,
you're no longer
absolutely.
That person.
And when I last saw them, they were still exactly the same person.
You were friends with that person when you were someone. Now you're a different person, so you're no longer the same person as friends with them. And that may sound convoluted and complicated.
No, it makes complete sense.
Oh, to you it does. We're connected on a weird level.
Yeah.
To the average listener, it may be a bit complicated. Sorry, can I just... Not the average listener, no such thing.
To be a bit soppy.
You're all superstars for turning
up.
The
answer to the question was be my dad.
Your dad.
If I could be in contact with him again.
I'm going to disqualify it, because...
He's dead.
I think it's very much implied that you can get back in contact with them. Sans the use of a Ouija board.
No, but never use a Ouija board, I'm just going to say that.
Personal experience.
I'm a very spiritual person. I know what Ouija boards are about, and no one should ever use one. But anyway, sorry, next question.
I just think the idea is that you could be able to say, like, I really wish I'd known them. If I had their number, I'd call them. Whereas, with the greatest respect, and I don't mean this to sound harsh, if you had your dad's number, he wouldn't fucking pick up.
True, I mean, I do still have his number, and it's disconnected now.
Yeah, so he's not answering that call.
No.
And it's not by choice. He's not looking at it and being like, this...
to answer it really honestly, no. There's no one that I've lost out of my life that I would...
Getting rid of the ones you got rid of.
Because there's reasons as to why I've got rid of them.
Okay, let's see. Let's have a think. I'm going to ask you this.
Okay.
Something that you thought was really cool when you were younger, but now you don't think was cool.
Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
You're not a fan of the Yu-Gi anymore.
Yu-Gi-Oh, RuneScape,
Hotel. Can I just say, RuneScape was never cool. It may have been popular, but RuneScape was never cool.
How dare you? You were clearly...
How dare you?
You were clearly never a level 40 warlock.
You were clearly a virgin.
I fucking was. Absolutely.
Not that I was
I'm a true blue nerd. That's the honest truth.
It about.
Yeah, so basically, and it's literally everything I was into when I was younger. Although I refute that. Avril Lavigne and Busted I still love.
Yeah, Pokemon too.
And Pokemon fucking to the right.
For real. Was it Yu-Gi-Oh cards you thought were really cool?
Yeah.
How into Yu-Gi-Oh did you get?
Pretty into Yu-Gi-Oh.
Did you have like a full collection? Did you battle people?
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I'm saying, embarrassed. Look, we were all kids once.
I took it really seriously. I had an apprentice.
No!
Yeah.
I'm so glad I dug away at that. At that little nugget.
I was someone's Yu-Gi-Oh!
You had an
master.
That's so nice. That is a fun thing, but now you're the Yu-Gi-Oh master. You owned them in a Yu-Gi-Oh sense.
I was their teacher. I was their spiritual guide.
Like, what does that entail? Do you like meet up privately? Do you like coach them through battles? Like, how the fuck does that work?
I would coach them through battles. And I'm still friends with someone that I considered my Yu-Gi-Oh master.
Do you ever like? I don't know. Does it ever come up?
No.
Are you ever worried that one day they're going to call upon you as a master to like Yu-Gi-Oh to arms?
It's really worrying though. If they did, I've still got my last deck of cards.
Your emergency deck.
Yeah.
You're just in case.
In case like the world is going to end if I don't have my Yu-Gi-Oh cards ready to battle whatever it is.
Your master could come calling any day. I mean, I can't even say
I
that.
can't throw them away out of sentimental value.
And I can't say that.
And also out of just monetary value in terms of how much I spent on them at the time.
You had a master.
And I had an apprentice.
And you were a master. Oh, that's my favourite information ever. That's my new favourite fact about you. That you were in the middle of a Yu-Gi-Oh apprenticeship chain.
I don't know whether my master would have considered himself my master, but I certainly
you just tagged along. You just sort of like hung on.
Well, like he introduced me to Yu-Gi-Oh, so I sort of looked up to him in regards to Yu-Gi-Oh.
Did you ever feel like you overtook him? Did you ever feel like you became the?
Oh, absolutely.
You became the master? You did overtake him.
I did overtake him.
At that point, you took on the apprentice. Yeah. How do you take on an apprentice? Was that like a formal thing? did it just? Did he? Oh, I'm assuming it was.
I think it was sort of like I would call it a come to Jesus moment. Do you know what I mean?
Was it a him?
Where they looked to me and were just like, teach me.
But did they come to you and actually say teach you, or did they just sort of tag along and eventually you were sharing tips? Or did they come to you and say, I want you to be my master?
No, they didn't say that.
I'm trying to do this serious.
They didn't say that, no. But I would say probably, to be more fair, it was more of a tag along sort of situation. But yeah. I had 2 apprentices.
So earlier when I said that's my favourite fact about you, and this is my favourite fact about you. Did the other apprentices know about each other? Did they ever like swap tips? Or did you keep them separate?
No, we had a circle of people.
A little Yu-Gi-Oh circle, but you were the head.
I was one of the heads.
Whoa, this gets deeper and deeper.
There was a fair few of us, to be fair.
You're a senior member in the Yu-Gi-Oh circle.
Yeah.
I've lingered way too much on the answer to this question, but it's my favourite thing. You had a master. Not that he knew he was your master. You just followed him, and then you like.
Because I can't remember there ever being a conversation. I think I had the come to Jesus moment with them where I was like, "You need to teach me."
And then you actively took on an apprentice, and then another one.
Oh, I couldn't.
Did the first one want to be your apprentice, or did the second one, or did the second one see the first one and was like, "I want a bit of that"?
I think it was just more. It was just a natural thing. It was organic. It wasn't forced. It just happened.
I mean,
I just took them under my wing.
Wow. I mean, I love that. I love that, and I'm sorry if I feel like I'm shaming anyone, but quite frankly, if you're an adult and you're not Yu-Gi-Oh, you're a fucking nerd. So I don't feel that sorry. What are you gonna do, nerd? Probably troll us actually. I'm quite good at that. Well, troll me, but we're a duo, so you also get trolled. So now what are you gonna do, nerd? You're gonna attack one of your own. You're gonna attack a Yu-Gi-Oh master. That's what I thought, nerd. Okay, let's switch it up a bit.
Okay.
This is a tough one, and I do appreciate this is a tough one. This isn't no Yu-Gi-Oh shit. You can't rely on that masters. You can't rely on that knowledge that you have. What is for you? And this is obviously a very subjective question as well, so it's going to be different for everyone who asks it. What is for you the single greatest attribute someone can have? You know, obviously there's a few that make up the ideal person kind of
Empathy.
thing. Empathy. I think that's a great shout.
It will sound braggy, I think, because I'd like to believe I have that ability myself. I've always been able to look at someone's situation or what they're going through and sort of put myself into what they would feel.
Yeah, I mean, I always think of myself as having a heightened sense of empathy, but I never think of anyone particularly not being not possessing that trait. But I guess they do exist, or it's very diminished.
I think it's far more common than you realise.
Yeah, I think it is. But I'd never even considered that as an answer. I thought it was going to be, honesty or,
I think if
reliability
you're empathetic in general, you'll have other traits.
It stops you being too much of a dick because you're like, well,
just fundamentally, if you can appreciate how someone else feels, unless you are an arsehole on top of that, it will affect how you treat that person.
Okay. Now I don't feel like I'm running out of time, so I'm not gonna linger on that. I mean, the Yu-Gi-Oh thing. My God, that's never going away. But okay, look, here it is. If you guys tune into season 2, that shit is coming back. What's the worst lie you've ever told?
What's the worst lie I've ever told?
Again, it could be a couple. It could be maybe a torn between them.
Jesus.
I don't think you can claim Jesus as your lie.
Jesus was real, just as to whether he is what people thought he was.
It was exaggerated, yeah, for sure. For sure. It was like Dynamo, there was a lot of hype.
How dare you, Dynamo was amazing.
And mate, that guy's show, though, was like 10 minutes magic, 40% hype. It fucking did my head in.
Absolutely.
Did my head in. I like him, by the way, just for the record.
My biggest ever lie. I'm going to be really... Well, I know that's the point I keep... That's probably my catchphrase. I'm going to be really honest.
We'll get him on t-shirts.
I was with someone... I don't know whether I could call it a lie, but I knew it wasn't... Truth.
An alternative fact, perhaps.
No, but you know what I mean, don't you? That in the moment when you first say it, it feels real, but you realise it wasn't.
Is it love? Is it?
Yeah.
I love you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I told someone that I loved them when I think in the moment I knew at least half that it wasn't true, but I felt something for them.
That's I think that is a very honest answer. So that's the worst.
Yeah.
That's the worst.
I would say it's probably one of the worst ones.
I think that's a pretty good answer.
I can't think... Nothing else sprung to mind in that moment. That was one of the ones that popped up.
I think that's a perfectly good answer for what's the worst lie you've ever told. Okay, what's the worst lie you've ever told me? Boom! Someone get this man a mic to drop, son!
That I like your long hair.
First of all, never said it.
No. I did not say it though. No, what's the worst lie I've told you?
I mean, you probably have to go back because we don't really lie that much to each other. Now, this is where actually you're harbouring loads of secrets. But no, we have a brutally honest relationship now.
Yeah.
So I'm well aware you'd have to go back some to reach a lie.
And that's the thing, my memory's shit as well. So like trying to reach that far back.
You're old, mate. It happens.
Fuck. What's the worst thing I ever told you? I honestly don't.
I'll tell you.
Right, I'll tell you a recent one. I have lied to you recent. My laptop is now genuinely broken. There was one night I just forgot to upload the podcast, and because it was playing up, I thought I'll lie and say the laptop was broken. But it is actually genuinely. Ironically, it was playing up. I didn't just decide to say my laptop was broken. I embellished.
You tempted fate and you fucked with karma.
Yeah, and now my laptop is broken, so I sort of got my comeuppance for
I'll tell you what the worst lie you've ever told me is.
What?
I'll be dressed by the time you get here.
The amount of times Jake's knocked for me or come to collect me from my house.
Trousers though, you dress like the wrong way around. Most people put on their bottom on first. But you are always trouserless.
Yeah, I tend to walk around with just a shirt and boxers on.
Yeah, I fucking know. I've seen it a few times. Right, I'm going to quickly rip through these. Best compliment you've ever received?
That I had a voice for radio.
I think that's fair. Guys, tweet us. Let us know, do you agree? If you don't agree, probably best not to tweet. It's a bit harsh, isn't it?
No, fuck them, they can do it.
One thing you resent paying for more than anything else that you think should be free?
Sex. No,
They gotta make a living, bro. They've got babies to feed.
Do you know what I mean? Most of them are mine as well. No, thing I resent paying for. Music.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I think music is a gift. I think that shouldn't be something people should ever make money off of.
Done. If everyone had a video game style display above their head, which 3 stats would you like to see?
I wouldn't want health bar because then you know how close they are to dying.
Yeah, that'd be a bit.
Maybe power level.
Okay.
Their speed. And how much of a dribbler they are.
That's a good. I think that's a good thing to know. We should all know that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm down to my last 2. What's the one obstacle that you'd love to get over in your own life, but don't think you ever will? That you can't see you know, there's many obstacles that you think one day, yeah, I think I can get there. But what's one that you genuinely don't think that you'll ever get past?
Shifting the weight properly.
Okay.
Over the years, I've managed to lose weight and a decent amount of weight, but every single time I've put it back on and then some.
I think that's a very honest response.
Mm.
Final question, and this one is, I think it's keeping the theme, it's being a bit real, it's being a bit raw. If you could say just one thing to your dad, just one last thing now. Well, do you know what's really weird is, as I'm asking the question, I'm tearing up a bit. That's weird.
I would...
That's not good.
I would say what I said to him when he passed away and when I went to see him in the Chapel of Rest, that I refused to say goodbye because I believe I'll see him again one day and that I love him.
And the only thing I hope is that that's not for a long time, and it's the only thing, and he hopes it as well.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, that's a very sweet thing. Equally, it could have been like, what are your passwords?
That would have made my life so fucking easier after he passed away. I tell you now, anyone, if like just out of just pure decency to your family, if you have a lot of computers, phones, accounts for different things, which we all do, please leave a list of your passwords somewhere, because having to hack into someone who's just passed away's shit to get access to stuff is not a fun experience. So yeah.
At number 2 on the list.
Yeah. Dad, could you not have left the fucking sheet with all your passwords?
Do you know what I mean? As much as we all mock everyone for having a little folder that says passwords on it,
you fucking should.
When they die, grateful.
You really or just if you've got amnesia, you're fucked as well.
I mean, they're all harrowing scenarios, but they exist.
Yeah.
But that is me done as an interviewer.
Nice.
Thank you for taking part. Thank you for being honest with me.
Yeah.
I've watched a lot of interviews, and it's usually customary for them to thank them personally. I don't think you contributed enough. You just turned up.
What my last question's going to be. It just came into my head.
Yeah, I bet it did, you lazy little shit. You just have the idea and then let me do the work.
Right, so now we're shifting it to you.
Now we're shifting it.
Give me 5 words to describe yourself.
Oh. That's a good question, because I struggle with this kind of thing. So probably...
That's exactly why I chose it.
Is it? Can I have like hyphened words? If I hyphenate them, even if they're not hyphenated?
It counts as one.
I can have that, even if I hyphenate it.
Yeah, it just counts as one.
Yeah, it counts as one. But I'm saying it counts as one rather than two.
So if you said light-hearted.
So I've got to say self-conscious.
Yeah.
Just because straight away I hate those kind of questions. They make me cringe. I'd like to think strong. Not in a traditional sense, not in a manly, I'm
There's
going to fight
different
you
versions
sense,
of strength.
but in a I'll dig down and I'll make it through things, you know, that perhaps maybe I wouldn't. I'd like to think of myself as being, I'm trying to think of the right word. What is the word that I'm thinking of? Clearly it's not good with memory, it's not going to make it onto this list, but I like to think of myself as quite adaptive.
Adaptable.
Adaptable. There you go. There you go. That's the word. You should be in this seat. You should be answering these questions. Adaptable. I like to think of myself as adaptable. What's that? Self-conscious, adaptable, strong. Look, I'm going to say it's an arrogant thing to say. They're all arrogant things to say. One of them could be arrogance, to be honest. But quite frankly, my arrogance assumes that you all know I'm arrogant, and I don't need to include it on the list. Funny, I like to think of myself.
I allow 6 if you would have had it.
I'm now arrogant because I'm allowed a 6th. Funny, I like to think of myself as quite funny.
Yeah, I think that's all fair.
And I like to think of myself as, it's sort of a mix between, you can pick the last word.
Yeah.
Because they sort of the same thing, but they're not. They obviously have different meanings, but they can mean the same thing, and that crossover is where I'm coming from. It's sort of empathetic and understanding. I like to think of myself as those things.
I think that's fair. Next question. What moment in your life has affected you the most or shaped you as a person the most?
Don't think there's any one moment, is the honest answer. I've not had some movie life where there was this one moment that could be played as one scene that turned it or shaped me. There have been a few. I think, as much as I don't want to say it, I think being cheated on,
yeah,
for sure, had a big effect on me. Also was one of the things that kind of pushed me to be perhaps strong, perhaps to get through that little incident.
Yes.
Other than that, I would say just sort of high school as a moment. I think that there was a moment where I snapped, where I was getting picked on or whatever in high school. I was a nerd, man. I know I made fun of everyone for being a nerd, a Yu-Gi-Oh nerd. I was a nerd. I was
a Yu-Gi-Oh master.
I was like you're right. I didn't give you the full respect, but I was like a foot shorter than everyone, and I liked learning. Like, I was a fucking prime target. Do you know what I mean? And I think the irony was I was really good at sports as well. I mean, like, but whatever. Anyway, like I was getting picked on, and so I just thought, you know what? I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm not going to give anyone the satisfaction of being, so I'm just going to stop trying. And I did. I stopped trying, and it fucked me so much, because then when I went on to do A-levels and when I went to uni and stuff, I had this pre-built-in thing to not try. And it was like, fucking, why am I doing that? Why? I hate that trait in myself. And that all came from that kind of breaking point of being like, well, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna try, and I'm just gonna try and make these guys laugh. And if I'm not trying, that's cool, because it's cool not to try. it's cool to do bad at school. The irony was, I mean not the irony, but the annoying thing is I still didn't do bad at school. I still did perfectly fine.
But you could have done better.
Without trying, which is really frustrating. It's like, well, imagine if you did try.
Yeah.
Imagine how that would have fucking gone. But yeah, that probably the moment, if there was a moment.
Okay, I think that's fair. I think it's quite honest. But I think that's not to belittle what you said, but it's a very common issue in terms of grammar schools and public schools and we don't come from a particularly salubrious area.
No, we just have
for young boys working class that are clever. Grammar schools are the worst place to be.
I wasn't at grammar school though.
Or public school.
I mean, I was at a comprehensive high school, but clever's bad.
Grammar and comprehensive.
I mean, it goes back to things we've mentioned in previous politically based podcasts where we've spoken about being undereducated and deliberately uneducated as a nation. Clever's bad.
Yeah.
And particularly us as in the working class, as you said, it's very much, it's sad how reinforced it is that being clever is a bad thing.
Yeah.
Not that I'm clever, necessarily.
Who was your first kiss?
Oh, I mean, that's taking it back.
I
genuinely can't remember my first kiss to be... I mean, I don't remember. The first one I remember was a girl called Olivia in primary school.
Get you.
And she had like a... It was either a really heavy door that as a child you couldn't operate, or maybe it was broken from one side. She basically locked me in her living room. But we did share a kiss before I was kidnapped. I would say. I vaguely recall that. My first kiss as an adult, when I couldn't tell you either. I genuinely don't know.
Okay.
Kissed a lot of people.
Slag.
Wow. You're slut shaming me right now?
I am slut shaming you right now.
You're a fucking Yu-Gi-Oh master and you're slut shaming me right now?
Absolutely.
A master should be above that.
No. Absolutely not.
And see why the council kicked you off it.
I left.
See what you're...
I left. I outgrew them, alright? I was too radical for them.
You took your princess and went elsewhere.
Exactly. Right. Who was your first love?
Would it be cheating to say like my parents? You mean romantic?
I will allow it, but yes, romantically.
Romantically. My first love. I can remember my first crush. My first love, I think when you're young, you don't necessarily understand what love is. But you think you are in love. I think the first time I will include that as the first time I thought I was in love. That I thought could go there was probably with.
Is it our mate's soon to be wife?
It's our mate's current wife.
Really?
It's Mia. It's Mia. Hi Mia. Yeah, she doesn't listen.
No, but Dave does.
He knows. He knows now that the sex between Mia is purely physical. It's purely physical release, and he understands that.
I think he has to, because to be quite frankly, we've all... I don't know, Dave, mate, I don't mean it. You know I love you, and I love Mia. Right, moving swiftly on.
A shoddy attempt at recovery.
What's your biggest regret?
My biggest regret? If I had
Please say Mia.
Sorry, Mia. Sorry, Dave. No, I would say, if I had did you ever see the show My Name is Earl?
Yes.
Or are you aware of the concept at the very least? I always think if I had an Earl list, the very first thing that went on it would be the French teacher, my French teacher in high school.
What?
She got picked on, man. The class did not respect her. They were brutal. They made her cry. And I didn't necessarily contribute to it.
But you were a part of it.
But I was complicit in it.
Yeah.
And therefore, when she quit, and I do regret that. And also because she was so nice to me. I was in detention once, because I'm a bad boy, man. I'm a rebel. But I was intentional, and I remember I distinctly just had this memory of her.
Your compass?
I just had this memory of her coming over and ravaging me on the desk. No, and in
your dreams,
and saying to me, and just telling me like how I have a really natural aptitude for the French language, and how clever I am, and how really good I am, and I just. I know, but I was genuinely, that made me think like, fucking hell, I was horrible. She's nothing but nice. It's that thing of, when you attacked Alex and he was nothing but nice back. That's the worst thing that could have happened.
What you're talking about.
Like, if anything, you want them to react horribly and treat you with contempt, and that makes you feel better about your own bad doings.
I've had no experiences that recollect to that.
No, you're right. I was really harsh to Alex.
For once, I wasn't there. Right. No, that's fair enough. No, I like that. In your opinion, what is the worst thing in existence?
Well, it's going to make me sound like a fucking hippie, dippy, bullshit wanker. Religion.
Oh, it's definitely got to be up there.
Because it starts out as something really pure, a way to offer comfort to answers that we don't have. And just allow people to go on living life without being terrified all the time. And then it grows and it starts to shape people shape a society and say, do you know what, guys? Maybe there are some rules we should live by. Look, don't kill each other, don't fuck each other's wives, don't, look at your other neighbour's ox, whatever. Like, I'm picking on Christianity there, that's harsh. And then obviously it grows, it's like, it goes from controlling and it just gets worse, and then other factions of the religion pop up, and it's all tribalistic, and they don't just want to, they're not content with just having their little bit and saying this is us. They've all branched out and they've attacked, and man is the worst thing about religion. I appreciate that, but you can't have religion without man. You can't have man without religion.
No, I think that's a good answer. I can't disagree with it, to be fair.
At its core, it's a really good thing, but anyway.
It's abused. That's the truth, it's abused.
Man is the worst thing about it, but you can't have it without man.
True. What song or piece of music is most important to you? I chose to word it like that rather than saying what's your favourite song, because I find
it changes all the time. There's no song
there can be songs that move you, or every time you listen to it, there's a visceral reaction to it. Do you know what I mean? That no matter how many times you've heard it in your life, it will do something to you. It doesn't have to be profound. It doesn't have to be, like a memory of a lost loved one. It can be just.
There's something very visceral about, I don't know why, but for the last few years, for the song Morning Glory, What's the Story Morning Glory by Oasis.
Fair play.
There's something really visceral about that just fucking gets me. I don't know why. There is a song there is only one song that I want played at my funeral. I want other songs, but there's only one.
It's the one that's top of the list.
Like, that's the one I want.
Yeah.
And that is the Baha Men. Their version. No, not Who Let the Dogs Out. That's not the song.
Well, fair play.
The body of the tiny body was pumping.
Yeah.
My funeral.
Everybody was having a ball.
Like my funeral will be lit.
Yeah,
do you know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
Everyone's singing in that. Stacey's mum, people on their fucking floor, tribute. Everyone's joining in.
Don't have a bad old doggy. Anyway,
I mean, yeah, bow rap. Everyone's on their feet.
Yeah.
No, if the Baha Men did a version, like Disney did an album where they got like popular artists of the time to cover Disney songs. And it's the Baha Men's kind of steel drummy version of Hakuna Matata.
I've never heard it.
And it's really nice. I think for me, Hakuna Matata, it's a great song or whatever, but the Baha Men's version of it is like the music kind of embodies the spirit of the song.
Yeah.
Of that, like, man, don't worry about it, what life will happen. And I think it embodies it and it takes it to another level to me. And I like to think that that's kind of the way that I just think that I'd like to go out on that note.
I like that.
I mean, I'm already gone, but at that point I'd like to go out on that note.
Nice one. What movie is most important to you, or what movie moment moves you the most?
It's a good question.
Like I've seen that we've all got films that we'll watch over and over and over again, so I thought I'd narrow it to if there's a scene in something that every time you see it get, again, another visceral reaction. It doesn't have to be, you know. So like some people might say the ending of Deep Impact when the dad stood there with his daughter.
Spoiler alert.
You know.
No, there's something, I know it's like this plays to my nerd side a little bit. There's something that always gets me going about the first time the Avengers assemble, in Avengers Assemble, and the Avengers theme is playing, that da-da-dun, da-da-da-da-dun, da-da-dun, da-da-dun, da-da-da-da-dun, da-da-dun, and like they're just, the camera sort of pans round and they go off to fight, and I'm like, that just gets me, because that's a culmination of years of what I've been waiting for.
I know exactly what you mean, because I think the moment in Endgame where he says,
Captain
I
America.
am Iron Man.
Oh, that. I was going to...
It's a full circle moment where it started with him and ends with him.
See, there's something...
And then there's 12 years of work that
it makes my face tingle, like everything drains. Not when he says Iron Man, when Cap fucking Mjolnir. Not when he catches, but when he pulls it in, he's like, Avengers! Assemble. And I was like, fucking waited like fucking 10 years for this prick to say those lines. This is fucking happening. So that gets me. There's a few moments, I think I always get quite like pumped when in The Usual Suspect, again, spoiler alert guys, in The Usual Suspects, when he's walking out of the police station. Have you seen The Usual Suspects?
No.
Apologies, spoiler alert. When he's walking out of the police station, and slowly, as it's running parallel, it's into shot with these shots of the police officer who's just been interviewing him. So we're getting the whole story from his point of view, the whole film. And then a fact comes through, someone's ID'd Kaiser Soze, and the policeman's looking at it and his face is turning, and just as it's shot, the limp slowly disappears, and Kevin Spacey just gets in the car and drives off, and you're like, fucking prick, this guy's stuck his head the whole time. And you're like, that just fucking, there's something about that gets me.
Yeah.
So there's too many. I'm a little like a minor cinephile. Yeah. There's so many that get me. I had to go straight to the nerd thing, and then straight to like a classic.
Yeah, I mean, one that I remember it fucking rocked me the first time I saw it, and it still gets me now, is in Gladiator, where he's in the in the Colosseum, and the Emperor demands him turn around and remove his helmet, and he's like, "My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius, commander of the Northern Legion."
Epic moment.
Husband to a murdered wife, father to a murdered
son,
and I will have my vengeance in this life or the next.
Shit, son! Fucking back to God.
It's the look on the other guy's face, the horror.
Yeah.
You know, and you just, because you feel it, you feel every fucking moment that led up to it, and yeah, so I know, it's those sort of moments.
Yeah.
Right. If you could change anything about yourself, what would it be?
Honestly, there's two things that I would change. Dead serious, there's two things that I would change. And you'd like to think that they're...
Please don't say a couple of inches.
It is though. It is a couple of inches.
In terms of height?
Yeah, look, I mean, I know I make jokes of it and stuff, but there is a real social stigma about being short, or about being male and being short.
Yeah.
And honestly, it does genuinely... I know it sounds dramatic to say that there's like this institutionalised heightism.
There is that.
But there is...
I would go beyond saying it's institutionalised. I think it's something in the being of us that we associate being short with weakness. I think it goes that far back.
And I think I've struggled with a lot of things. I mean, day-to-day stuff, like just going to concerts and stuff, is fucking hard work if you're short. Then you go to the stuff like romantically searching for a partner. Tough, man. Like, a lot of girls don't say, they're like, it's about the personality, and he's got to be funny, he's got to be loyal.
They
all those things
the
under the
first
assumption
thing women look at
he's like 6 foot tall.
How tall.
They're like, oh yeah, he's got to be loyal and that. What about height? Well, that goes without saying. Obviously, I'm not looking at anyone who's not 6 foot. Like, now we're in the...
No, I get what you're saying.
So like genuinely, it has been a bit of a drawback. It has. I like to think I've made the best of it. I like to think it doesn't affect me too much, and I certainly like to think that it doesn't show. I could be wrong. You're in a better position to tell me, but
I think it'd be weird if it didn't. I think just it would be it. I think anyone who has, I'm not saying you've got a disability, that sounds weird.
mugs off a lot of disabilities.
No, but you know
that's our one for the episode. Let's mug off everyone with a disability.
But you know what the point I'm trying to make, don't you?
Yeah.
That, you know, anyone with something that they consider goes against, and that's a better way to put it, is going to have.
And it's
some
like,
negative
again, not to
feeling
compare
about
myself to
it.
being in a wheelchair, but it's the similar thing being in a wheelchair where it's instantly noticeable. It's not under the surface. It's there.
And the thing is, like when you were talking about being bullied before, I'm at the complete opposite spectrum to you in terms of
no one's coming at you, or they are because they think you're the biggest bastard and they want to get you.
You're a target. You at both ends. You're as much of a target as each other.
Yeah, for sure.
I assure you, I was targeted because I was tall, and people thought if I get him,
I'll get the respect kind of thing. Yeah, for sure.
Despite the fact I wasn't known for being a fighter or anything like that, it was just because I was a big bastard and they wanted to take me down. So I completely understand what you're saying.
A couple of pinches in the other department wouldn't hurt either.
Yeah, I would.
Well, it wouldn't hurt me.
Right. Well, this is my final question.
Okay.
And I stole it. It popped into my head at the start of the interview. Not
Son
from you. Not from you. I don't know if you've ever seen the Actors Studio.
I love the Actors Studio.
I fucking love it.
I think.
And the last
I
question.
think Jim is an amazing host.
Yeah. And the last question he asks.
Lipton.
James Lipton.
Yeah. Oh,
also
the three
stole it
questions.
from
Is it
him.
the Bernot, whatever the French bloke that he stole them from?
Oh shit! Was it 3 questions?
Yeah.
What? Well, I've got the last one. What's the other 2?
So he says, what noise or sound turns you on?
Answer that.
Laughter.
No.
That's a really cheesy one, but it is, man. People
What's
have
the next
fun.
question? I've got the last one.
What sound or noise turns you off?
Go on.
Plastic bottles rubbing against each other. Sends shivers down my spine and I can't fucking stand it.
It would be that styrofoam
Oh.
teeth thing.
What's your one? What's your one that turns you on?
The noise my partner makes when we have a really deep hug. No, like there's a contented noise she makes when I know she's feels safe or comfortable, or it doesn't even have to be a hug with me if we're in bed or she's like chilled out on the sofa. There's a noise she makes, and that makes me just go, what? You know.
I want to say Pierre Bernot. I'm sorry to jump in your moment, but I had that weirdly autistic.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And finally,
alright, so the final question is: if you get to the pearly gates and St. Peter waits to greet you, what would you say to God?
Told you he was real. Oh no, what would I say to God? I thought it was what would God say to you. What would I say to God? You've got some explaining, son. Or me and you were going to have a chat. Something to that effect. I'd very much walk into heaven and demand. I'd immediately take power. Do you know what I mean? In that situation between me and God, there's an obvious power dynamic, but I'm immediately shifting it. I'm taking charge of that situation. I'm telling God we're having a chat. I'm not asking him if we can. I'm telling him we're having it. And he's God. He's you know the word. Just because I can't fucking talk. Yeah. So he's everywhere anyway. So you know, it's not like the car can't make the meeting, is it? Not like he ain't got time.
Omnipresent, omnipotent.
So that's it. What? I'll ask you both questions. If heaven is final.
No, what you didn't ask me about.
If God is real.
Yeah, go on.
What would you like to hear him say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Well, that's the question, is it? Oh fuck, I got it completely wrong then.
You're a bad thief. You're a terrible thief.
Terrible thief.
Look what I stole. That was yours anyway. God damn it.
What would I want God to say to me if I reach the pearly gates? They've been waiting.
That's really adorable. Really adorable. And obviously switch it. What would you say to God? What would you like to say to God? Or St. Peter.
What the fuck are we doing tonight?
What, Pete? Let's fucking go and get smashed, mate. Me and you.
Well, let's get down to rubber-dub-dub.
I would love to drink him. Equally, I might ask, where's my fucking sainthood? Do you know what I mean? I don't feel like I've done anything to deserve it, but that's how it works, isn't it? You ask.
Or, can you help me haunt people?
The big P. What's happening, dog?
Peter, P money!
Yeah? Let me slide this across the desk and see if that gets me on that little list of yours.
P-Train sounds a bit
P-Train sounds like something you and P-Train do later on in the club.
No, on that bombshell.
On that beautiful image
that I'm going to get bombed by Fox.
Of Andrew and St. Peter
being rimmed.
Being rimmed by God. Man, someone should make a painting out of that. Remember, why is the Renaissance dead? Michelangelo could have really sunk his teeth into that image.
But as always, guys, keep the conversation going. Let us know what your answers to those questions would be.
Yeah, definitely.
Let us know what questions we should have asked each other, and maybe we'll come back to this at another point and do another interview. But as always,
about a funny time when you tried to steal something and it didn't go well.
Yeah, I mean, I fucked up the last podcast's intro. I fucked up stealing someone else's questions. So yeah, today has not been my day. But as always, thank you guys. Find us on Facebook and on Twitter at Swords Crossing. Our email address is crossingswords19@gmail.com.
As always, guys, a lot of love to the people who are listening.
Yeah.
But share it, play it to people, play it at people, tell people there's this really cool podcast you should check out. Describe it that way as well. Do you know what I mean? Don't undersell it. Fucking pick us up, man. Tell people we're cool.
Another answer.
They've never met us. We don't know we're not cool.
Another thing I'd like God to say to me at Pearly Gates is, well played.
I've heard your podcast. That'd be a good one.
Yes. Love the pod. Hashtag God for pod.
Boom! Boom! God is our listener. Although he doesn't actually count because he doesn't use computers.
Hashtag Jesus took the mic.
Jesus took the mic. And another beautiful image for you to all finish on. And this time, guys, I'm going to end it by just saying thanks for listening. Because that's nice, isn't it? A nice ending.
Bye, Felicia.
We're not ending on that again. Bye, guys.
Bye.